We weren't really saying anything yet.
Okay, there's nobody out there that's got any questions or anything about any of this stuff so far?
Well, I've got lots of questions about the forms, but about the concepts, I think I'm getting clear on that.
Okay, the whole story about these documents is basically go and get a check writing instrument. Make up your own checks. That's all these are.
Right.
There's check writing tools out here. Okay? If you've got open office, basically, and you claim it's as good as Microsoft Word, then basically write up your own instruments.
That's what I did.
Just make them three-part, and then you have to turn around on the back side, and you have to turn around and put that in landscape to be able to put the items on the back side when you print it out. There's nothing to this. You can make one check at a time if you want to, okay?
Right. Well, for me, I had to learn more about tables and frames than I knew, but I got that down now, so it's not a problem.
But otherwise, I mean, basically, there's items that you can go out there and basically put all this information in. Go have somebody make up your checks for you. Give them all the information, like a bank check.
Right.
It's a draft, but it's a Treasury draft, but it's nothing more than a check.
Right.
Does anybody else have any problem with this?
Patrick, this is Robert. We talked last week. I put into the case 1099As on each of the case with 1099B and sent the 1096 and I think it was C to the IRS. They're going to probation tomorrow. You know, the case has been closed for about a month. I wanted to know, since probation doesn't know about this, but everything was certified mail and express to the clerk of the court and the attorney of the DOJ's office. If I present a BC bond, what endorsement should I put on the back?
No, you don't give them a BC, okay?
Okay.
And that's not a bond. That's a note.
Right.
Okay? If they want payment, you give them the bank routing number and the bank account number.
Okay.
And that's your Social Security number and your Social Security number without the dashes.
Got it.
Okay?
I did that on the 1099A. Yes.
But this is all just like that one guy in that court action that I had that document posted up there, 4 pages. The guy gave the Social Security number as the CUSIP number, and then without the dashes as the AUTOTRIS number. He didn't understand that this is all about banking. The Social Security number is not the CUSIP number. The Social Security number is the bank routing number. Treasury bank routing number. The Treasury is the Department of the Treasury, and the bank is the Social Security Administration. Nothing more, nothing complicated. Your account is then held by the Social Security Administration and the Department of the Treasury. The two of them working together. The Social Security Administration is nothing more than a governmental bank and trust. That's all it is. It's like Wells Fargo. USA Bank One, Bank America. They have a checking side and a savings side. Now, the number on the back of your Social Security card is a bond number. That is a CUSIP number. For a bond, your account is bonded. Okay? By both the Federal Reserve Bank and the FDIC. But all you need is basically, you need to give them, like in a wire transfer. What do you need for a wire transfer? A bank routing number and an account, an authorization. You needed to come in and get your banker's EIN number so that you could cross into the public realm, your individual banker's EIN, and now you're a private banker. You're a private bank, and he is your individual banker employee to be able to operate both in the private and the public world. This is not all that complicated. You turn around and write these checks out, and you send them into the bank. Who's the bank?
Social Security Administration.
Yes. So you send them into the Social Security office. Now, they claim that anything you get from them is a benefit. Everybody was having problems trying to get that Direct Express card, debit card. Well, now when you send one of these in, basically you request that the amount that you're requesting be deposited into a Direct Express card, and the Direct Express card is issued to you. This isn't that complicated. You're going to a bank. You've got the bank account. You own that bank account. The government doesn't. I put the document up there about doing the affidavit over the bond of that account, that you order the release of this amount. You take a copy of your Social Security card front and back, make it a JPG, and paste it into that document. The one thing you have to do is correct all the names and everything on here.
Is it okay to ask a question now, Patrick?
Yeah.
I've done that. I did the affidavit and put in my Social Security card, front and back, JPEG. Now, my question is the banknote still needed, the birth certificate to be endorsed on the back also?
No. The birth certificate is entirely different. That does not go to the Social Security Administration.
Okay, that's right.
Okay? That is in the private, or in the de jure government treasury. It's an entirely different treasury. This is the independent treasury.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
When I saw this affidavit, then my first thought was then we should no longer need the birth certificate as a banknote anymore for this type of transaction.
Not for going to the Social Security. You need to learn this system first. Okay, then you can collapse all this down.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, and basically you've got a dead relative or anything like that. This is nothing more than going in and collapsing a regular bank account that they had down here at Wells Fargo. You do the same thing. Because it's nothing more than a bank, the Social Security Administration. It's got to be. It can't work any other way. Okay? And the Social Security number has 2 dashes in it. So you can make a deposit or you can do a withdrawal. Just like any commercial bank out here has 2 dashes in their bank routing number. Even the Federal Reserve, the same thing. They have 2 dashes in it. So you can either make deposits or withdrawals. That's what the dashes are all about. The account number, using the Social Security number as the account number, you remove the dashes. It's fixed. It can't move. Okay? And see, we have an individual bank routing number within this bank, within the Social Security Administration Bank, which is a bank and trust. They can turn around and write insurance out here against our assets. Therefore, they're getting a benefit of that, like in the savings account at a local bank. Okay? That local bank turns around and uses your money that's in the savings account to go out and write bonds or insurance items to make an interest. The Social Security Administration is doing the same thing. They have no money. They said this all along. And banks have no money. It's the customers in the bank that have all the money. Think about it.
Right.
This isn't that hard, really. Don't try and overthink it. And turn off all the other garbage out here from these other gurus. I don't want to see another damn document from any other nitwit out here, unless they're talking about having an individual banker's EIN and basically going after Social Security as being the bank and the Department of the Treasury. And basically that this is a Mortmain account. It's a dead man's account. Now, on a dead relative, you've got roughly, say, 10 years to go and try and recuperate that. But this was all operated in fraud, so basically you should be able to go back against their account and get it all back. But learn how to control your own first before you try and go any further. I put one up there, said, Tom, the drafts for the military, and also the endorsement that you put on the back of your DD-214 when you submit it in. It goes to the same bank, the Social Security Administration. Now, if the local office don't know too much about it, you inform in your cover letter that they're to process this up to the federal or to the Social Security regional office for processing. You have a right for redemption. They have used our asset. That's what that public voucher for refunds, and the form has not been changed since, what was it, 1973.
Right.
The form number is 1047. Another 47. That's what most people got with the individual banker's EIN, was a 47. 47 is out here in quite a few movies about individualism. See, the movies have been trying to tell us stuff out here. Look to the forms 47. Look for the number 47. You buy a car. After you get this going, you go out and buy a brand new car. You get the MSO, or the certificate of original title, or a certificate of origin for a vehicle title. It'll have the bond number on there. You pay for the thing outright. You now own the bond. Now you can cash the bond in and get your money that you paid back from the bond, and let the government have the rest. As basically that would be the taxes that are due. You're just getting the rent back. You're not getting the usury. And usury is what is being taxed. Because the government cannot tax lawful rents or just exchangements. I'm not going to cover the BC or tell you where to go with that right now, okay? You've got more money in this Social Security. You need to get that down, and you need to get that working first. This is where they took out of the de jure Treasury of the country, when you signed up with Social Security, they took roughly $600,000 to $1 million out in your name and set up this Mortmain account. They funded it from the de jure Treasury. So you've got at least that much in there. Now, that has been accruing interest and rental fees and stuff. Okay? All these years. You've deposited funds into it, into this bank. So it's accrued quite a bit. It was supposed to be turned over to you basically when you were supposed to be given access to it when you turned 18, after you got out of the public education system and started going into the private. You were supposed to pay for your own private education. You weren't supposed to be being told what you're supposed to be doing. You were supposed to start thinking on your own, determining where you wanted to go and everything. But so many people just rely upon the government to tell them every goddamn thing under the sun. When to piss, when to shit, or whatever. Scare tactics. Oh, you need to basically show an ID to buy a pack of cigarettes. I mean, shit. You may look. I mean, basically, I don't know. That just really pisses me off. 67 years old. Need to show a fucking ID to buy a damn pack of cigarettes. Fucking corporations out here have been totally taken over by the government, telling them every goddamn thing under the sun. We ought to shoot every goddamn politician out here. And I mean that literally. They ain't worth a shit. They're in there writing laws to try and take the rights away from the people. Period. And then they wonder why people get so upset with them. Their time is coming. Just like all the damn religious leaders out here that basically can't read the damn Bible and have been telling people everything wrong in the Bible. But back to these drafts. All you need to do is fill the damn thing in. Put a value. Put your account number in there. Put your bank routing number. Put a certified mailing number on there. On the new templates, I tried to put that on there. Certified mailing number. So now you can send these in and you can track them. I took off the Puerto Rico and said, hey, this is going to be processed by the Social Security Administration. They're the bank and trust. You have a court case. You have a parole hearing. They want money. Give them a damn bank draft against the Social Security. They've got the routing number. They've got the account number. They can process the funds right from there.
Excellent.
It's your account. If they don't do it, then basically you complain to that Inspector General for the Social Security Administration, that banking inspector, Treasury banking inspector. You need to start standing up and stop listening to all this other garbage out here. Why does anybody need a damn passport right now? Go get a state ID. I don't care what you get. But don't get a driver's license. You don't need a driver's license. You're not for hire. You're not operating for profit on the road. So you're not a driver. You're not an employee of the government. Turn around and take your certificate of title and your certificate of title to your house and cash them in. They're bonds. They're state-issued bonds. That's all they are. Look at the damn certificate you get. There's a red number on there, and that's a CUSIP bond number. People have gone to the banks before, and the bank has asked them, what is your number? What's your number? The number they were looking for was the bank routing number and the account number to transfer the funds. We've got this. But you needed to have your individual banker be the fiduciary over this account. Be the responsible party. Now you're operating as a banker. A private banker. Now they're under the banking laws and 3 days to process a bank transaction after they've received it. That Direct Express card debit card is nothing but, it's still attached to your Social Security number. It's attached to your checking account. Your debit cards are all attached to your checking account. They're not attached to your savings account. You have to move the funds into the checking account and then over into the debit card. Just like at any other bank. If you don't understand how these other banks operate, you'll never understand this, and you might as well just leave now. You start understanding this now when you read that deal about the court action and how to use these items. You demand the bonds that they want, and then you order the settlement of the bonds that they've written. You're the trustee over all public corporations as the individual banker. You do that W-8-B-N. You do your Form 56 and your Form 56Fs. You don't need your foreign grantor trust EIN right now. The foreign grantor trust EIN is only needed when you're going after the de jure Treasury with your bank birth certificate, bank note. American Treasury bank note. And I'll cover that later. But right now, you just need to concentrate on understanding the damn Social Security bank. And basically, like I said, this covers the Social Security account and also military DD-214 account. And the bank routing number for the military DD-214 is your Social Security bank routing number. The account number is your selective service number. There again, basically they put funds into that selective service account. And activated it when you got activated and went into the service, because you were now paying your own transportation in the service, your own payment for the uniforms, everything, your schooling. It was all coming out of your account. They were writing bonds in the background against that. And in some cases, the initial service number that they gave you was the bond number. I don't know how many of you guys have that. But that initial service number, before basically they put the Social Security number in place in there, that was what they were writing out there, was using a bond to fund everything. You got to think about these things. How can they make this work? It's that simple. You've got to follow the money. Where did the money come from? How did it get there? It's just not created out of thin air. It has to have some substance behind it. Period. So 99% of all the garbage that's out there, going and reading all these other documents, they have no goddamn idea about what the shit's really going on. Period. I mean, to write a 140-some page document that don't tell you shit, I mean, what good is it?
Exactly.
5 hours of wasted reading. Okay. Any questions, comments, rebuttals, whatever?
Yeah, Patrick, I got one.
Okay.
Regarding the fiduciary, I wrote some letters, and I labeled myself actually as a trustee over the SS Mortmain account. Do you foresee a problem with that, or should I should have had it listed as fiduciary?
Well, look at what I have down on the W8BN.
You're public trustee.
I have fiduciary. I have attorney in fact. I have public trustee. And I have beneficial owner.
Correct, yeah. So I guess I'm good.
Okay?
For assurance, that's all.
Yeah. But you're a public trustee. You're not the trustee per se. Okay? There is no trust here.
Right.
That's all been a total fraud in the whole damn process. These people don't understand banking.
Yeah, the trust part's an illusion.
Yeah.
I got you. I mean, I was just looking for confirmation.
Okay.
Keep I'm all right. Thanks.
Okay.
Patrick, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready to send out paperwork to draw some monies out of the Mortmain account. What documents do I need? My understanding is I need the W8BEN, Form 56F, Form 56, and the draft. Is there anything else I need?
I would send in, okay, you're going to the Social Security Administration?
Yep.
Yes.
The initial time, I would do the affidavit with the damn Social Security front and back on it, and put the negative value on the back side, correlating with the draft that you're going to do.
Okay.
If you don't have, you're going to have a cover letter that goes in. You're going to have to write that up to the Social Security Administration agent, telling them what you want done. Have you ever gone down to the Social Security office? Has anybody?
Oh, yes.
You walk in there, and basically, it's like a teller. It's like a bank. They've got bulletproof glass between you and that teller. In a lot of cases, most of them have a metal detector to go in, and they have security guards.
Armed.
Yeah. You can't bring your cell phone in there. You can't bring a lighter in there. You can't bring cigarettes in there.
That's right.
I mean, these guys are regular assholes. Just like any bank. They're all assholes. So, basically, you're going to send in a copy of your Form 56, your 56S, that cover letter, you're going to have your draft, and you're going to have your affidavit document showing that you are, that is your Social Security account. You're going to request that they give you a Direct Express card if you don't already have one. So you can't fill out the information on the back of where to deposit that. You need to say something about this needs to be I need to have a direct express card issued, and then this deposit is to be placed upon it.
Okay.
I don't want to put it in my private bank unless you've already got it, or into a commercial bank. But if you've got a commercial bank already, run it through the commercial bank. See if they'll run it through.
Right. Yeah. No. Treasury. Treasury do have commercial accounts, so commercial bank accounts, so that would work.
Try it.
Yeah.
I would stay away from them. I hate these damn commercial banks.
Oh, I agree. If I could get them to set up. Hold on a second here. If I could get them to set up the.
Have you ever done a wire transfer?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What difference is it? You need to give them a bank routing number and an account number. Here, transfer the funds from here.
Yes.
You contact the other bank and say, hey, this is coming through. And you better process it. If not, I'll take you to damn court. I'll put fraud charges in against you about banking fraud. And you pick up the phone, call the Inspector General.
Yep.
This is all about banking, Treasury banking. But the Treasury could not act like the bank itself in this condition with this Mortmain. So they had to bring in this foreign corporation, the Social Security Administration, to act as the foreign processor. And then all these employees out there don't even realize they're working for a foreign banking system.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Helps enormously.
Patrick, I have a question.
Okay.
On the American Private Bank USSF Treasury draft, it looks like it's still going to Puerto Rico.
No.
In the processing obligation.
You haven't got the latest one.
Okay.
You need to pull down the latest one, and I think it's Rev 3 or 4 up there.
Thank you.
It's Rev 3.
Okay. And if you don't use the certified mail, you can take that off. Okay. Or you could just write NA in there that you're taking this right down to the Social Security office. So basically, certified mailings NA.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah.
I want to do the same funding package. Get some funds. I understand what you had here, because it was actually the question I was going to ask. Except I don't know, what is the affidavit? What file is it that we have here?
That was basically, I sent that to you. It was basically the US-SS Mortmain Vessel Affidavit example.
Ah, okay.
1029.
And basically, you have to put a copy of the front and back of your Social Security card on the front side of that document. And then basically, you do the endorsement on the back. And it's pretty much right there.
Okay.
The set-off bond number is basically the numbers on the back of the Social Security card. The bank routing number, Treasury bank routing number, is your Social Security number. And then the commercial Mortmain account number is basically, and that's your last name first, then your first and middle name, offshore commercial bank account or Mortmain account, and that's your Social Security number without the dashes. And then you attach basically the credit to be is a processing surrender to the United States Treasury. And see, you're surrendering assets. You don't care whether it's coke, whether it's heroin, guns, whatever, oil, you name it. Whatever they're holding in that treasury, in that independent treasury that they're pulling out, the Treasury is going to convert that into dollars, Federal Reserve dollars, and give that to you. That's why all these accounts on the master file have you down as a drug runner, or basically down as a gun dealer, or whatever, as a criminal, because everything that this Treasury is holding is basically, most all of it is illegal. You have to turn it over to them so that they can clean it up and put it back into service.
Okay, I found the affidavit. It was in a different folder. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And see, that'd be, and then basically I think I put an example up there this morning with the affidavit for the DD-214, which you print that out on the back of the DD-214 after you get a certified copy of that.
Yes. I don't have one, so. But I'll put it up there.
Hello, Patrick. A couple more questions or clarity, more or less. Going back to the draft, I noticed on the upper left-hand corner where you have the private bank information, you have put care of independent banker. Is there a difference between individual banker and independent banker?
Well, say individual banker.
Yeah. I think that should be maybe a possible correction.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing, the other gentleman said about putting his paperwork together for the Social Security. Wouldn't a 1099 also be needed for the positive value?
No.
No? Okay. So all you just need is a negative draft?
You can find out from them if they want it, okay? You can you can carry it in and basically say if 1099 is needed, I'll give it to you. But right now, I don't think it's needed. I'm giving you this draft.
Correct. And the affidavit.
Right.
Okay,
and
great.
basically your W-8BN and your Form 56 as to where you stand as the fiduciary over them, and then the cover letter. I'd always write a cover letter up, even if you're walking in. That way you've got something to reference when you go in and talk to them. It's just like going into court. You have cue cards that you're going to use in court. If you don't have those, don't go into court because you're not prepared. You'll stand up there and you'll end up hanging yourself.
So we have to send in our original Social Security card with this.
No.
A copy. Okay.
You basically scan, get a JPG of your card, and put the JPG on this document.
I've got those. Thank you. Oh, it says it right there. Duh. Thank you.
See, that's a problem. You guys can't read.
I know.
Patrick, on the back of the affidavit, we have the individual banker's signature, seal, and authorization, EIN. A seal, would that be just embosser, some type of seal? Or
your
just
thumbprint.
Thumbprint, okay. Thank you.
Now, on the one, okay, on the affidavit, I don't know whether I did this or not, on the one I sent to you. Let's see.
Baba Booey.
Okay, when you're signing as the individual banker, use your thumbprint. Okay? Then down below, if you want to put on as the private bank seal, then you use your embosser.
Thumbprint in red?
Huh?
Thumbprint in red?
Yeah.
All right.
You sign it in blue, and then basically your EIN number's in blue, and dates in blue, and then basically you can put your thumbprint on there in red.
And then, Patrick, did you say also put the negative amount there as well?
Yes.
Do you have a
On
suggestion?
the affidavit?
Yes, sir.
On the back, yes. Okay, that's when you look at that, that's a negative after the dollar sign.
Do you have a suggestion on the amount?
Nothing less than $3 billion.
Yeah.
God damn it! Come on, think about this. What do you need? 100,000, 25,000. Use common sense. You can turn around and go down to the Social Security office the next day.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going
You can
tomorrow.
put one of these in every day of the week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay? Please, people, start thinking.
Hello, Patrick.
Yeah,
How are you?
I don't know.
Oh, sure you do.
Okay, let's get on with it. What's your question?
I'm trying to find out one thing. Are you indicating that the person can actually go in to take the check, or I should say the draft, and then they will be paid right then
No.
and there?
No.
Well, I just want you to make it plain so that we all can do it.
It'll probably take 3 banking days.
All right. January 74.
Okay? Because it's got to go through the Treasury.
Okay, so it comes back to my bank, right?
The best thing to do is to mail it in, okay? First time.
Okay.
Use the cover letter and everything and find out. Give them a phone number. Call you. Call me if there's any problem.
I sure will.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then basically you can, if you want to have it, I would try and get that direct express card. That way now you're starting to take the bankers out of the system. The commercial bankers.
Motherfuckers.
I already have a card, okay? Because I'm over the age and I get the Social Security. The question is whether or not it would go to that card or else would it go to a new card?
No, it would go to your card. You put the card number down on that draft.
That's wonderful. And I'm set to go. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
That's why I say this is not that hard.
No, I don't think it is either. We just have to do it. Okay. So I'm going to mute out, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
I guess not, Patrick.
Okay. Nobody else has anything?
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay.
A lot of people think that we can get doing this process. So what are our protections in doing this?
Basically, you got a mortgage, you go in and basically you process this check to the bank. You give the bank this draft against your account. If they don't take it, then basically you can file charges against that bank.
Yep. We're supposed to bring someone with us, right? A witness?
No. You call up the banking inspector.
Oh. Yeah, they put the number.
You call up the inspector general and complain to him about banking fraud at the commercial bank, saying, hey, they wouldn't take my Social Security check or draft as payment.
I saw that they had the number in very, this really small card in the front of the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Wells Fargo is a shithead bank.
Yeah, they have dummies, candy for the customers. Like I told the lady, dummies. That's great.
But the best thing to do is to get the funds into a Direct Express card and then use the Direct Express card to pay off that mortgage. Then you demand the bond for that mortgage from the bank.
Well, Patrick, I got a problem. I got a car. I'm 70 days late, past due, and I got my banker's EIN and my estate, but I don't have the grantor trust.
You don't need that for this one.
For a car? Look.
No.
Listen to the call.
The bankers, the foreign grantor trust is to be used with the de jure Treasury and your birth certificate out of Philadelphia or Kansas City.
That's right. Okay.
There's two places you can go. There's two depositories in this country, the Eastern Depository and the Western Depository. Philadelphia controls the Eastern, and Kansas City controls the Western.
Kansas City?
I'm not going to tell you that yet. You need to learn this shit first. Until you can handle one thing, you can't handle two. That's a problem. I mean, basically people are trying out here, well, I got to go get a passport. I need to do this. I need to do that. Hey, you've got to learn how to function in the monetary system first.
Got one down.
Now, is there any more questions?
Got a question on the application for the Direct Express debit MasterCard.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I got a question on the application for Direct Express debit MasterCard.
Yes.
Okay, the question is on the benefit recipient information, where it has the social security number there. Is the name for the benefit recipient different than the representative payee?
No, it's going to be the name that's on the Social Security card.
So we enter basically the same information twice as the benefit and the representative.
No. You don't fill out anything for that Direct Express card. You contact the Social Security office, and when you get this draft in, you're now getting a benefit back, and you demand or you ask them to place it onto a Direct Express card. They will issue the Direct Express card for you.
Nice.
Patrick, can I comment?
Huh?
Yeah.
Patrick, can I comment on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I have an 800 number. It's 1-800-333-1795, and Direct Express will sign you up on the phone.
But you need a check first or some sort of benefit for that to happen.
Right.
Otherwise,
Yeah, if you don't have benefits coming, they're not going to issue the card to you. Why would they issue you a debit card if you have no benefits to put on the debit card? See, not everybody is a retirement age or on disability or anything like that right now. So they've got to get some benefit, and in the public world, everything is classified as a benefit. In the private world, these benefits that they call in the public world are really an entitlement. And entitlements are not to be taxed. Therefore, they cannot tax the private. They can't tax you as the living. But you need to have your interface person, your individual banker there, be the go-between to bring it from the public into the private. Okay? He's still going to be the fiduciary over that bond or that Direct Express card. But he's now using it in the private. Like when I used it and bought the car, I used it in the private. I bought the car in my private bank's name. I didn't buy it in my name. The car belongs to the Patrick Devine Bank and Trust, or private bank, E&T, Estate and Trust. My trust is my savings account or my coffee can out in the backyard. My checking account or bank side, my estate side, is basically my billfold in my back pocket.
Okay, Patrick?
Yeah.
I have a question in regards to the car thing. All right. Say, for instance, I went and I've got the invoice, okay? Are you indicating to me that I can go back there and to give them the check, or I should say the draft, okay? And then they will contact me and tell me to come back to pick that thing up in 3 days? Or what?
No.
What do you think?
I'm saying you take and you find out how much that car is going to be, okay?
Right.
You go down and you do a draft and you put it through the Social Security office first. You get notified. You get your standing at the bank first.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay?
I'm clear.
You can get the funds out and then take the funds and go down and buy the car.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right. All right.
But see, that's what you need to do. Don't muddle up the waters and basically try and send them a check, because some of these banks are going to try and deny you this.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you establish yourself at the Social Security Bank, now you've got the Social Security Bank behind you.
Exactly.
You want that bank behind you.
Yes.
Supporting you. Now, when they don't take that draft that you issue, the Social Security Administration and the Treasury Department will come down upon that bank.
All right now.
Okay?
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
I have a question, Patrick.
Okay.
Could you please explain to everybody out there about status and standing and so forth and so on in terms of you getting in trouble or not getting in trouble about doing this process?
Well, you're not going to get in trouble, okay? Basically, when they issued this card to you, this Social Security card, they said that is yours. You own that account, okay? I don't know how many people ever hung on to that initial flyer that they sent out when they initially sent the card to you to sign and send one card back to them with the signature on it. I still got my item, and I posted that up there, the red flyer that came with it. It says right on there, we own that account. Because it's a bank account. It's a Mortmain account. And they're nothing more than a bank. Who owns the bank account at the Wells Fargo? You do. You can demand that that bank close that account down right now. And in some cases, it's going to take 3 days for them to close that account down, especially if you've got a savings account attached to it. Because they have to bring the bonds into closure. They also have to check and see whether you've got any outstanding checks out there. Treat this just like a regular bank, and you'll be okay. You've got the hammer, especially when you get your individual banker's EIN number. And now you know what the bank routing number is and the bank account number is. That's why these people in that one document, when he went in, and basically he was calling it a CUSIP number, the Social Security number with the dashes, and the AUTOTRIS number, the one without the dashes. He didn't know that basically what he was giving them. Now, the other party on the other side essentially knew what was being given to them and let it go. He was giving them the Treasury bank routing number and the account number to make the payment. The thing is, you have to also, when you buy something, you make the payment. You now own the bond that's associated with whatever item you just paid for. If you don't pick up the bond, they will claim the bond when it matures, and they will fill out a 1099-A and claim it as abandoned property. They will get paid twice. Plus, they get all the interest. And then, basically, they're going to try and turn around and make you pay taxes on it. That's why you have to claim the bond and then turn it over to the Treasury and let the Treasury process it for settlement. The Treasury will take out the taxes out of the bonds. And that's where you send your items into the submission and processing centers at the IRS. You should be able to take all your receipts with that SF 1047 form and send these all down to the Social Security office also. Demanding a rebate or refund for all of those receipts that you have. Do the receipts for one store at a time. Try and lump them all together. The post office. Okay, they're a commercial post office. The postal system. Don't be afraid to go head and head with these guys. Tell them, hey, take me to court. Let's go. I'm ready. They ain't going to take you to court. I don't know how many times I've told the U.S. Marshals and the Postal Inspector General or Postal Inspectors and stuff like that, hey, take me to court. Let's go. I'm ready. Didn't do a damn thing, and I walked right out on them.
Patrick?
Yes.
Are you indicating that we're supposed to take the receipts to the post office?
No.
Yeah, okay.
You take them to the bank.
Okay,
the Social Security Administration. That's where I'm going to send them into.
Okay,
with that 1047 form and say, here, I want the receipt for this amount deposited into my Direct Express card.
Okay, but the question is, what are you saying in regards to the post office?
I'm saying the post office is just like any of these other corporations out here. They're all for profit.
Right.
So any corporation that's licensed by the state, okay, is operating, they're using our assets.
Okay, so are you saying that I should take all the receipts that I have in regards to them and to do the same thing?
Yes.
In terms
just like you go at the Dollar General or something like that. You get all those receipts. Basically, where did they get the money to buy all the stuff that you just bought?
Mm-hmm.
They borrowed it from our accounts, so it's already prepaid. They have a bond out there.
All of the corporations are here.
So basically, we're coming in and putting a claim against the bond for that's what this public voucher for refund is. How many movies have you seen out here that basically somebody's working for a corporation and they have to turn in their expense report? That's all you're doing. You're turning an expense report in to get reimbursed for what you paid out of your back pocket.
Exactly.
Okay?
And then turn in $39.49 if what happens.
You don't worry about that right now, okay?
All right, then. I will leave that alone. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Why try and go after somebody and charge them with something, and you haven't even tried it yet?
Well, I'm working on some stuff, and I will let you know in the future, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
That's the problem with a lot of these guys out here that have been in this patriot movement and everything else. They always just want to fight. Okay? You got to try something first and basically see whether it will work, and then you may have to change your MO and change it around a little and then try something a little different. You may have been the one that was wrong. Admit you're wrong once in a while. You'll feel a lot better about yourself. Hey, I'm not perfect. Hell, how many damn revs have I put up here just recently?
Right.
God. And I know none of these other gurus are perfect.
I don't think anybody's perfect, Patrick, really.
Yeah.
We're all learning, and we'll be learning until we leave here.
That's right.
I know
There's always
that.
something new to learn.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys go then, and I'll catch you later.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Okay.
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay, good night. Okay, bye.
Night.